what's going on, you guys? Welcome back for Forgiven AF podcast. Man, I'm excited to be back with y'all. Let me turn this TV off so I don't just stare at myself the whole episode. I like to be able to make eye contact with y'all. Man, I'm super excited to be back. This is a highlight of my life. I get excited to come and sit here with y'all and chop it up and bring some motivating and inspirational and educational content to you guys. You know that's important to me. I'm excited today. I got my boy Tyler on the show with me. I was scrolling through Instagram a couple weeks ago and I saw him doing a podcast on financial literacy or like just finances. I don't know if it was financial literacy per se, more of like higher level than that. And just the way he carried himself, and he has some swag too. And I was like, man, I'm gonna ask him to be on the podcast. And he was right here in Frisco, so it worked out good. So I'm excited you're here, bro. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. Appreciate you having me, bro.
Yeah, of course. You guys know we use this as marketing material for the nonprofit Second Chance Mentors. We work with the kids in Mansfield ISD that have been kicked out of school. We help them get back into school. And then this coming Saturday, I'm really excited. We have 7 kids that graduated high school. And I'm excited, but I'm also sad. I'm not going to lie, because I've worked with these kids now for most of them 4 years, at least 3 or 4 years. And they made it, man. It's pretty cool. I think our success rate right now is like almost 100%. I think we did lose one kid, but he's still going to continue taking his online classes and he's going to finish. So we didn't lose one, but as of right now, we're graduating 7 kids. On Saturday, we are having a graduation at a restaurant here in Mansfield called El Primo's. So we're going to have a graduation where the kid's going to get their little certificate, and it's going to be like a fundraiser graduation. I'm going to invite a whole bunch of people from like the whole area just to come, and like a lot of these kids don't have anybody to show up to their graduation. You know what I mean?
That's fire, bro.
So it'll be cool.
First for us, kudos on that.
Thank you.
That's a big deal.
I'm excited.
For how many kids need, not just kids, and just there's so many just men in the world that need mentorship and guidance, bro.
That's so
for
good.
You to go ahead and like be helping that next generation, in which their generation is now, that's fire that you're doing that.
No, bro, what a great intro too, man. Men need mentorship.
Yes.
And it's so hard for men. We might as well just get right into it. That was such a great segue, dude. Like for real, because that's what I feel like that's like a big piece of my heart is to allow men to realize it's okay to have mentorship. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's okay to seek counseling. It's okay to seek guidance. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to be macho and I feel like it's like a culture thing too, you know?
It is.
A lot of the kids, and we talk about race on here a lot of the kids that we work with are young Black, Hispanic kids. And I feel like a lot of that culture, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying white people don't have this too, but I feel like some white people are more they're
acceptable to it,
to go to counseling than,
sure.
And I feel like it's something that it's like so important. Like, I feel like it makes you so much stronger of a person and learn how to deal with those emotions. I heard this thing the other day that said, that was talking about young boys, okay, are taught, and this is everybody. I don't even know why I brought race into it. I didn't mean to make it weird. Young boys are taught, stop crying, tough it out, you got this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the only emotion that allows to breed and to be comfortable is anger. Yep. And then these boys become men, and we wonder why we have anger issues. And I mean, including myself, and we wonder why anger is the emotion that comes out so much, because it was what was basically taught to be acceptable.
That is so true, dude. I mean, I was taught the same thing. You don't cry. If you get hurt, don't. Your mom's not supposed to coddle you. Just get up and walk. You know what I'm saying? Walk. Well, the biggest phrase you always is walk that off.
Yeah. Literally walk it off.
Yeah, walk that off.
That's so true.
And
I was tough on my son, man. My son played when he was playing football and stuff, and he would like roll his ankle and couldn't walk, and I'd be like, man, get back in there and play, man. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, and he's like, and now I'm like wondering, man, I wonder if that caused any sort of. But do you mind just kind of letting our listeners know kind of like who you are, where you're from, kind of what your upbringing was like, and just kind of
for sure
jump into it that way?
I'm born and raised in a place called East Side San Jose in California. Grew up and born and raised out there. Rough upbringing for the most part.
Yeah.
My little brother was shot 5 times and lived. Yeah.
Dang.
We didn't grow up in the same household, but we from, still my little brother. One of my closest friends was shot 12 times and survived as well. Yeah.
From what? What were the causes of that?
For my brother or which one? My friend?
Either one.
My brother over a female that we've never even seen again in his life. Some BS, bro. So someone was just hating and popped off. It was what it was. but he survived, thank God. And then my friend, we disconnected years ago, but so he was recently shot. And think about it, I'm 38 now, and he's 38 as well. He just got shot not even 2 years ago, last year in January.
What was that one over?
I don't even know. We're not in contact
You're
like
just
that
like,
no
it's
more.
not, I don't want to be in.
Yeah. He's in life. He's in federal prison for the rest of his life now, so he was into something.
Yeah, that's
bro,
where I was at too, man. But hopefully, it doesn't mean it's over for him.
It does not, but
yeah. So Tyler, sorry to interrupt you. Normally I give he does, what is it? How do you say finance? I know for like pro athletes and entertainers and stuff like that.
I do legacy plan for pro athletes, business owners, and key individuals.
Yeah. So legacy planning is almost like wealth management in a way, like long term.
It's long term, bro. The play is really generational wealth. It's about people who've made some money but don't know how to pass it on.
That's good.
Or there's people maybe they're getting ready to come into some money. They want to learn how to pass it on. So that's the game that I'm in. So the play is basically create generational wealth and teach them how to pass on to the next generation, and to make sure that next generation doesn't blow it either. Because the worst thing is to make all this money, pass it to your kids, and then they blow it. You know what I'm saying? So, because usually that generation don't care. They didn't earn the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But there's ways that you can establish into which, hey, I made this money. We have this together. You're gonna get it, but you ain't just gonna blow it. You ain't finna just blow my bread.
How can you protect that? Is there like a drip system or something that it's like, okay, you get this much money every couple years, or
there can be. It's really just having trust and wills set up. So the biggest problem with a lot of us is we don't even have trust or wills set up.
I don't even know what that is.
Okay, so let's start off with a will. So a will tells you when a person passes away, their instructions on what to do with all their assets.
Okay.
Meaning, like, if I pass away, within my will, it's going to go ahead and designate, you're to do this, this, and that with my money.
Yeah.
Okay. The trust is what holds the actual money. Meaning, like, it actually owns everything. Okay. Meaning, like, you can put your house in a trust. So, like, the trust owns the deed on the home. So in the event that something happens to somebody, that the house just goes into the trust. It bypasses what's called probate. What probate is, and when a person passes away, if things are not designated properly, it goes off to the government.
And they start fighting over it and stuff like
bro.
that? Yeah.
So I'll give you an example. You know who Prince is. You know what I'm saying? Purple Rain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Prince, when he passed away, he was worth about $500 million. Crazy. I mean, he's Prince. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
but he didn't have a will and a trust set up. So his family didn't get access to that money, bro. He ended up going to probate. So they're fighting to get $500 million with the government.
And that's still going on?
Yeah, bro.
And the government can just say, no, it's ours?
Well, because he didn't designate nobody to it. So if you don't designate ownership to it, what ends up happening is it just goes off to the government, because that was a part of his estate.
Is there like a chain of like potential chain, not chain of command, but chain of like, okay, first it goes to the wife, and if the wife...
It should go like that, yes. Correct. But you're supposed to have beneficiaries on stuff. So if he doesn't have beneficiaries on every single thing, then it goes to the government.
So of all the people around him and all the money he had nobody pouring into him and saying, hey, man, we need to get you set up or this was going to happen?
You would think that he would, but don't get it confused, because just because a person's good at one thing doesn't mean they're good at everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? So he knows how to make money. That don't mean he know how to keep it. Right? Same thing happened with, I can't think of the gentleman's name, but to show The Sopranos, a real big dude.
The main guy?
Yeah, one of the main guys. Yeah. Very similar situation happened to him, in which he passed away, and then his family's fighting to go ahead and get the money through probate. That's an older one, so they might have got the money by now. But people be fighting in probate court for 5, 10, 15 years, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that happening. I thought that for sure. I would just assume that if I have nothing set up, I mean, if I died, they're going to end up in debt. But I'm just saying, like, if someone...
It ain't gotta be like that though, bro. It ain't gotta.
I'll just play. But like, I'm not that bad. But like, for instance, what about on the flip side of that? What about the people like Mike Tyson that made like $500 million and just blew it all?
Yeah,
like, is that part of kind of like the same?
Yeah, with him it's a little bit different, because he probably had a lot of yes men around him. I mean, people just say yes, 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 and he's just spending. I think people need less yes men and at least one or two no men. And what I mean by that is, like, if you're the person that's bringing a lot of the bread in, you're the breadwinner of your family, within your friend group, whatever, and people are eating off of you. One, everyone shouldn't be eating off of you, but Secondly, there needs to be someone established within the group that can say no.
Yeah.
Meaning like this, let's say you're my older brother, all right? And I came into $10 million. And one of our cousins calls us like, hey man, how's it going? T, what's going on? Such and such is getting ready to go ahead and get married. Just want to see if you can go ahead and help donate with the wedding, maybe 20, 30,000. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna need you to call my brother. He's the one who handles all that for me. Then they call you.
And then I'm the one that's able to
you're the
say
one who
no.
says no.
So you're not the bad guy.
I'm not the bad guy, right?
That's good.
So what happens is most people don't have that though. They just say yes to everything because they got it.
That's good.
And when you say yes to everything just because you got it, you eventually not gonna have it.
That's really good advice.
You know what I mean? So that's why people everyone needs a no man if you're at that stage. So now you're not the bad guy. And you might be like, you know what? Oh, okay, how much do you need? Oh, you need 30 grand? Okay, let me see what he has going on. Yeah, we can't do 30, but I give you 1,500.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Still on the you're protecting assets. You're not just like telling them no or being the bad guy.
Correct.
But so I got excited because you started dropping good information. But let's go back to so California, you were growing up in California, you had two friends, your brother got shot, your friend got shot, and then I took over and
yeah, you good. Yeah, man. So that's kind of the environment that I grew up just to kind of understand that. High school, I sold some stuff in high school. With that same friend that I'm talking about that got shot as well. So eventually the disassociation really helped me. But what really saved my life other than Jesus Christ
Amen.
is him using football for me. So football was my way out. So I ended up eventually getting a football scholarship to University of St. Mary's in Kansas, played college football out there. Didn't get drafted. Had to kind of figure out what to do next.
Yeah.
I got my degree in psychology. I wanted to be a marriage counselor. Got married, decided I didn't want to be a marriage counselor no more.
I feel bad for my marriage counselor. You're telling me the same thing over and over and over and over again. Probably feels like he's hitting his head up against the wall.
Right. So didn't want to be a marriage counselor anymore. And we're still married. I got 4 kids. I got an 18-year-old. I got a 15-year-old. I got a 14-year-old. I got a 12-year-old boy, girl. Boy, girl's how they were born. My wife says I can make any type of kid I want, and I believe her. You don't even
look old enough to have that many kids.
Hey man, black don't crack, bro.
You're doing good.
I'm 38, and I've lost 27 pounds. But if you'd have saw me,
so I was gonna say that from the videos I seen to what you're looking. But I ain't want to be disrespectful.
Hey, you good?
You have lost weight.
Yeah, I lost in the last 4.5 months. I lost 27 pounds.
You look good. I can tell.
I appreciate it, bro. I'm still going. I got 44 more to go. So I was 254.
What are the changes that you made for if anybody's? Because a lot of people always want to lose weight.
Mm-hmm. Great question. One, I started doing intermittent fasting.
I love it. And that's how I lost all my weight. I lost 100 pounds intermittent fasting.
That's fire, bro. So you giving me hope. You know what I'm saying?
I was 300 pounds. I had boobs. And
Ain't
everything.
No freaking way, bro.
Oh, I'll show you a picture.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna show you a picture then. When I went to prison, I had boobs and everything. I promise you. And I'm gonna show it on the camera too. Hold on. Let me get to my favorites. But what else?
So intermittent fasting is one. I really started actually tracking my calorie intake because before, and the crazy part is my bro, I would not have believed that was you if you didn't show me that picture.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna show you. A lot of y'all might have seen this, but look.
Wow. Won't he do it? Won't God do it? Yeah, so I started doing the intermittent fasting, started counting calories, and I didn't know anything about calorie intake because my whole life I've been an athlete. So it's like, bro, I'm eat whatever heck I want. And then when you stop playing, you can't just eat whatever you want.
That's what happened to me too.
Yeah, and my cousin, who he's a head football coach back in California, but he's also like a personal trainer type or whatever as well. And he was always telling me like, hey, bro, you got to do that. I wasn't listening at all. And then nothing necessarily happened. I just walked by the mirror, was like, what the hell is that? You know what I mean? Yeah. And that happened probably early January this year. I was like, what am I doing, bruh? And I remember just eating a whole big old bag of freaking Reese Cup Thins or whatever.
Yeah.
Like a whole bag, bro. Just being a fatty. And I was like, nah, I can't do this, bro. I want to meet my grandkids one day,
Yeah, that'll knock you out.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So then I just locked in, bro, and I weighed in. I was when I started to just lock in, I was 254. And then I just recently weighed in at 227. So The goal is 185 to be there by. I want to get there by my birthday, which is like October or whatnot. But
you're gonna be because the leaner you get, the bigger your arms are gonna look. Because your arms are huge, right? When they lean out, you're gonna look jacked.
I appreciate it, bro. So I'm trying to get back to how I looked when I was in college. You know what I'm saying? Which is 15 years ago or whatever. But that's the goal. That's the goal for sure. So yeah, just calorie intake, tracking that, making sure that I go ahead and intermediate fast. Like I still haven't even eaten yet today, which is fine with me. I'm kind of used to it now. And then going ahead, I hit the gym like 5-6 times a week. So
yeah.
I'm an early gym goer. I go like at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm there at 5:30. Just before you go back to your story, so a couple things that he hit on, that the intermittent fasting thing. What I did was I ate nothing before 10 a.m. and then nothing after 6.
Mm-hmm.
So I ate for an 8-hour window, but because I would be done at 6, I'd go to sleep on an empty stomach and wake up and not eat right away. That whole old-fashioned thing where they say that like breakfast is the most important meal of the day, that's just to sell you some cereal. Like there's nothing real about that. It was just a marketing scheme.
Yeah, bro.
So that whole breakfast thing, let your body wake up and like even out naturally and then, eat once you need something. But I'm telling you, that's really good advice.
You do 10 to 6, which is that's fire.
You do 12 to 8 or something?
I do 12 to 8,
yeah,
bro.
That's a common one.
Yeah.
Because it's hard at night.
It's bruh.
That's the hardest part.
You be like, sometimes I be looking at my, I be looking at food in my head like, it's going to be fire tomorrow though. Yeah. And the cool part about it is like, now I can really just plan out what I'm going to eat. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then, like we usually do meal prep or whatnot, but I do like 85% of the cooking in my house just because that's why I make sure I can lose the weight because we cook some BS. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to get to what I wanted to get to.
How'd you meet your wife?
We met in high school, bro. So I met her on the bus.
On the school bus?
It wasn't a school bus. It was a city bus, actually. And we lived I lived in the hood, but I didn't go to school per se in the bad area where it was still, the school wasn't a good school, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been compared to where I lived. And I hopped on the bus one day and I saw her get on the bus and she looked at me, I looked at her. I'm thinking, because I had seen her at school. I was like, what the heck is she doing way over here? You know what I'm saying? Because she got on the stop right after I got on. Like I got on and then she got on like the next stop. I was like, dang, we kind of far. Like we out here, you know what I'm saying? And we still didn't even chop it up or talk then. I just saw her. She saw me. She sounded from the bus. I'm in the back of the bus with, you know what I'm saying?
The knuckleheads?
Yeah, exactly. The knuckleheads and the freaking crackheads because it's the public school.
It's the public bus,
That's right. You know what I'm saying? We're sitting back there. Anyways, so what ended up happening was I was on my way home from basketball practice. I was like maybe a freshman in high school or something like that. And she had got hopped on the bus with like a couple of her friends. And she started talking to me. She's like, where are you going? I was like, shoot, the Boys and Girls Club. You know what I'm saying? Because that's usually where I go after basketball practice. I was like, we're going to the Boys and Girls Club. And she was like, why don't you come with me to the library on some nerdy stuff? And I was like, all right, bet. And I got off the bus, went with her to the library, and we got to rapping. And it's kind of
That's cool.
It happened. The funny part is I actually had a girlfriend when she said that. And then we got the rap, and we were at the library for like 2 hours. And I broke up with my girlfriend like the next day.
That's cool though. I used to volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club, the local one here.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a cool program. I know. I mean, you didn't even go. You went to the library, but I'm just saying this.
That day I didn't go, but I had been going to the Boys and Girls Club from like, I don't know, maybe like 8 years old until I was like close to 16. Bro.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. There's a lot of good things that happen at the Boys and Girls Club. That's cool.
It's it's funny. Me and my cousin were just talking about this the other day. We're like, bro, how are they making money? Because so many of us were getting in on like scholarships per se.
It's a nonprofit.
Is it? Okay, because they had full-time workers there feeding us lunch all the time. Like, okay, that makes sense now. I didn't know how they.
I think it's a nonprofit, but they also get huge grants from the government and stuff like that.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, I volunteered. They have a lot of those people are volunteers too, though. That they don't. There are a lot of staff.
Okay, okay.
But there's also volunteers like that just go up there and just hang out, play basketball with the kids, or play like air hockey. I remember playing air hockey.
Yeah, air hockey, bro.
A lot of basketball,
foosball,
yeah.
You know that you have
homework hour where they make you do homework.
We used to do what was it called? Dodgeball. You know what I'm saying? We used to kickball outside. Like that's what me and my cousin were talking about because like, bro, we get dropped off in the summer from like 7:30 in the morning, wouldn't get picked up to like 5 o'clock at night, and they'd feed us 3 meals.
Yeah.
So we just didn't, because I'm a kid and at that point in time, I was a kid. As an adult, I'm like,
You're not
bruh,
even thinking about it?
bruh,
Like,
at all. I'm just like, you know, oh, we got a grilled cheese, bro, and some fruit snacks. So
That's funny.
yeah.
So how did you go from a psychology degree into marriage, realize you did want to be a marriage counselor, and then how did finance come into the picture?
Yeah, so I had found out the number one reason for divorce was finances.
Oh, that's so true.
Right, so I was like, okay, if I really want to help people, that's what I need to get into. And I still didn't really know how
So
to
there
get.
was an underlying current of like helping people?
Yeah, absolutely. It's to this day, it's about helping people. You know what I
Cool.
mean? Yeah, for sure. It's always been about helping people.
Yeah, because marriage counselors necessarily aren't getting filthy rich. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
they're not.
So
They're
I
not.
guess it wasn't really just about money.
No, absolutely. At that point, I thought about becoming a marriage counselor. I wanted to own my own practice. I've always had an entrepreneur mindset. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I want to own my own practice, but two things. One, I was married and didn't want to be talking to other people about their problems all freaking day. And then secondly, like I got a degree, but that don't mean I like school. I was just there long enough, bro. Like,
That was not my thing.
Yeah, it's. I was just there long enough. And the funny part is like I was debating on after my football season dropping out my senior year because I was training for the NFL.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, I got 4 months, bro. Just stick it out.
Just finish.
That's
yeah.
all. That's the only thing that made me, because I was in, nowhere, Kansas, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Going from California to Kansas is not the.
That's definitely.
You know what I mean? It's not the easiest.
You're
thing.
going from like with culture to nothing.
Nothing, bro.
Yeah.
Like the Hatman spot is Walmart, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like, ain't that where Dorothy's from? Is that Kansas?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Click your heels twice or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, go home. But yeah, that was where I was at. But
So how did you get into the finance part? Oh,
yeah.
You said about the divorce.
So
that's a good point.
So I want to say how it happened was I was just praying and the Lord was like, hey, apply for JP Morgan. And I was like, apply for JP Morgan. All right, bet. So I got up the next day and I applied for JP Morgan, and it was actually like a math test, which was part of it. And I'm like, what the heck am I doing taking a math test? And my sister-in-law at the time, she was already a banker at a local bank, like a little credit union or whatnot. And I'd asked, like, did you take a math test? She was like, nah, heck no, I didn't take no math test. So I got so frustrated at the math test, I was like, man, I ain't doing this crap. I just told my wife, let's go watch a movie. We left. That was like a Friday night. Left to go watch a movie. Got back home. It was probably like 11:30 at night. And I was about to go to sleep, and the Lord just like, go finish that. All right. So I got up and go ahead.
Keep going with your story, but I want to just know, because I know there's a question I get all the time is, how do you know the Lord's speaking to you? When you felt like, Lord, that's twice that you've mentioned it. Is it something that you heard audibly? Is it a feeling you felt? Is it some sort of like a vision? Like, how does the Lord speak to you?
Literally. Okay. So
it's a weird question. I know,
it's okay. It's okay. Like I've at that point in my life, I was already deep into the Word, but he'll use his words from the Bible and kind of speak to you through that. But then eventually you'll get what's called Rhema word. It's like him giving you instructions and guidance. And I know it's not me because I don't have that wisdom.
That's good.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. So you feel like you get an urge for something that is beyond an urge that you would naturally get.
Correct.
In a way.
Correct.
That's awesome. That's really good.
Yeah. And he spoke to me again. Hey, go finish that. So I was like, all right, I must need to go finish this.
Yeah.
So I got back up and I'm doing this math test like 1 a.m. on a Saturday, like from 11:30 to like 1 a.m. And I finished it. All right, bet. So I get a call Tuesday. Hey, this is Jeannie Cox from JP Morgan. Like, dang. She's like, hey, Tyler, how you doing? You did well on that math test. I was like, did I really?
You weren't expected to have like.
No, right? And so she's like, you did pretty well on that math test. I want to schedule you for an interview. So she scheduled me for an interview at a location in Mountain View, California. Went out there, ended up interviewing with the person out there, and I killed it with the branch manager or whatnot. And he was like, can you come back in like an hour or so and talk
Where were
about
you living? Were you back in California now?
Okay, after this time, I went back after I had graduated from college. And what the story I'm talking about now happened a year.
Oh, that's
after.
right. We're way down the road. Yeah, because you got married. Yeah. Okay,
so I had but I had been with I had already had a kid in college. Like my son was at my football games in college. Like he was 1 or 2 years old. He don't remember.
Yeah.
But I had my first kid at like 20 years old. So, but my wife ended up, at that time we weren't even married, but she had moved with me from California out there to Kansas. I mean, and I tell people all the time, like, well, because people, sometimes people want to have abortions and stuff like that. And whatever, that's on person. I don't believe in it. But at least in football, if you're good enough, they'll pay for everything.
Yeah, yeah.
They'll get you an apartment. They'll get,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So my girl and my son
That's
move with
cool.
me to school, which is cool. Anyways, but at that time I had ended up moving back, and I'd probably been married, maybe a year, right? Because
Yeah.
for a year after college, I was still training for the league. Like that's all I did was eat, sleep, breathe football for the most part, and then I had coached it as well.
That's
So
cool.
that's kind of how I sit around it. Anyways, so I ended up having an interview, and then the general manager was like, or the general manager of that location was like, I need to meet my district manager, and the district manager, I met with him, and he just tore me down, bro. He was like, what? You didn't have a job for a year? You're not ambitious enough. You can't do this, da da da. I was like, bro, I was training for the NFL. It was like, he was of a different culture. He just didn't understand it, I guess. And I was like, dang. So I looked out there like, I guess this JP Morgan, I don't know what you talking about. I guess this JP Morgan stuff ain't for me. And
he wanted to see how you were going to handle and respond, huh?
I guess so. And like literally like a day later, Jeannie called me again. Shout out Jeannie Cox. I don't know what you're doing in life, but shout out to you. Hope you're doing well. She's like, how'd it go? And I explained to her what happened. She was like, oh, don't worry. I'm gonna get you another interview outside this dude's jurisdiction. I was like, all right, bet. And like another, like that same week or maybe like a few days later, I had another interview. They called it a hiring event out in like Fremont, California. I went to this hiring event, and there's a gentleman there. I'll never forget him. His name was Eric Powell. And he was like, the next hour and a half, him and another dude and I, all we did is talk about football for the next hour and a half. He didn't ask me nothing about sales or anything, or just talk to me about football for like an hour and a half. And then a couple of days later, I got a call from another branch manager, the lady named Vicky, and then she basically hired me on the spot when I interviewed her. That's cool. That's how I got my footstep in like the finance industry.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're currently you have your own firm?
Correct.
That's cool. How did you make that step to entrepreneurship? Were you scared?
Hell yeah, bro.
It's scary, right?
Oh, absolutely.
To go from like a guaranteed paycheck to I'm going to step out there and do it on my own.
And how it happened, the Lord told me to do it. That's how it happened again. He said, all right, it's time for you to quit. I said, wait, what? I got four. At that point, I had 3 kids and a wife. I was like, I got 3 kids and a wife. You want me to quit my job? Yes.
Did you already have clients lined up?
Yes and no. Like I had a clientele at JP Morgan, but you're supposed to have like what's called a 2-year non-compete, meaning like you can't talk to them. But if they come talk to you, it's different. But if I reach out to them, it's kind of like that. What really helped me is because I had mentorship, honestly. Yeah. So like I had someone that mentored, trained me, and coached me on what I could do to open up my own firm. And I just did everything he told me to do. And then a year later, I had my own firm. That's kind of how that happened.
That's awesome. There's another key point of something that I preach all the time is the importance of mentorship.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's obviously someone that you cared about and trusted. You didn't want to let him down. He had already been down a path that you wanted to go down. Mm-hmm. Like all the components were there to having a good mentor. It's so important. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And that leads me to something that's so big, like for me and my passion. I'll tell a brief story. So there's this little girl who had to stay home from school one day just because she wasn't feeling too well. In the process of being at home, eventually kids start feeling better and they want to start playing. But her dad works from home, and she was like, Daddy, can you play with me? He was like, baby, I can't play with you right now. I got to work. She's like, okay. She came back 10 minutes later. Daddy, can you play with me now? He's like, no, I got to work. She's like, okay. 5 minutes later, Daddy, can you play with me now? And he's like, come here. He grabbed a magazine. And in the magazine is a picture of the world, right? He ripped it up, gave it to her, said, hey, once you put this back together, we can play. She said, okay, I got you. 10 minutes later, Daddy, I'm done. What? What do you mean? I tore that up into tiny pieces. How are you done? She said, Daddy, well, that picture that you had that had the world on it, on the backside, it had a face of a man. And I knew if I got the man right, I can get the world right.
That's good. That's crazy. Yeah.
Right. And that's how I feel, bro. Like if we can get men right, we can get this world right.
There's cool.
So many of us that are called for more, that could be better leaders, that could be better husbands, that can be better brothers, whatever it may be, but we just don't.
What gets in the way? What gets in the way of us leading the way that God wants us to lead?
I think a lot of times it's ourselves, man. If you're in your own head, I think you're dead, bro. Most of us overthink so much.
That's true. I'm a big overthinker.
Right. We overthink so much. We overthink And sometimes we don't believe big enough either, I think, too, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think the overthinking thing is real big for me because I think of like the worst case scenario so much of what could go wrong
Mm-hmm.
that it keeps me from wanting to go down that path because I've only thought instead of the other day I was scrolling through social media and I saw a post and said, "What if everything works out?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Oh my God, like why do I automatically think?" Because there are people that live their life like super optimistic. Like
Yes.
they think of, oh, everything's going to work out. And like, if I think if I had a little bit more of that, I would probably be more ambitious. But I think it's also safe to have a little bit of that cautious side. So it's kind of like, where's that happy medium? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's a good point.
Yeah.
I
So
think a different sort of like, shame for things that we've done in our past can keep people from thinking that they can be a good leader.
yes, that's big too.
I think addictions clearly, whether it comes to, sex, drugs, alcohol, all those type of things.
Gambling as well is a big one for
Gambling is a
men.
big one, yeah. Sort of addictions can keep people from being able to lead right because they're just putting the most important thing, you know what I mean? Their idol comes off from God and then turns into
Yeah,
something else.
people got their vices. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
So
different vices, that's a good one. But that's a great point. I think you're right. I think that men are almost like scared to lead too, to at some aspect. Like they don't want that, because a lot of men allow their women to lead their household nowadays.
it's true. Um, I'm not a proportional fan of it, but that's on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a God, man, woman
I mean,
type of person.
yeah, me
And
too.
I'm
And that's
saying that I'm better than my wife or anything like that because we're, as far as that, we're equal, but at the
yeah,
same time, he's
it's biblical, bro.
yeah, God's put me over her as
Yeah,
far as that. And submission isn't weakness; it's actually strength. So if a woman knows how to do it properly and the man
for
can
sure.
lead properly, it can look beautiful.
Yeah, it can work. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
good. That's really good. So, how did you get? So, I want to talk about like the cool part of like taking like a pro athlete or someone. Let's just say, actually, we don't even have to go to that extent. What are some things? Let's talk finances with someone, and let's take it to more of like a guys getting out of prison or just someone starting over. It could be a guy getting out of prison. It could be a young man who's just starting. What do you think are like some goals or some steps that a person should look to do first financially?
If you just get out of prison, go get your first $1,000 saved. Like,
Do you realize that how hard that is? But it's such good advice.
yeah,
Go
like
save $1,000.
go save $1,000. Which depending upon where the side of it that you're listening to, for something like that, it could be way too small, or that's what I'm saying, or that could be a lot, depending upon your mindset. But go get your first $1,000 saved. And the reason I just say that because saving and investing and putting money away is never about the amount; it's about the habit.
It's good. That's
And
really
and
good.
most people are not in the habit of doing that. So what I focus on is helping people get into the right habits. Because if you have the proper habits, you can change your life. Your habits really control you.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier you go to the gym at 5:30 in the morning, you know what I mean, or 5 o'clock in
Yeah.
the morning. That's a habit for you now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And intermittent fasting for us both, that's a habit now. So
Yeah.
there's so many of us that don't have good habits when it comes to our money. When we get our money, the first thing we think about is spending it,
That's so good.
right? So we need to start paying ourselves first. And
I've
if you,
heard, I've heard you say that, pay yourself first, and I didn't quite exactly know what you meant. But so that when you say pay yourself first, you almost mean saving it. Is that what that
yes,
means? Okay.
yeah, saving or investing for you. Because think
Yeah.
about this: if you have, you make your money and you got this bill, that bill, that bill, this bill, you work so hard to pay everybody else,
Well,
but you
that's
go pay
good.
yourself first.
That's really good.
And you spend all this time working to give it away, that don't make sense to me.
Bro, that's so good. The name of this episode is going to be called Pay Yourself First with Tyler Osborne. I'm serious. That's
Yeah.
so good. The importance of just saving. Like I'm dealing with my son right now with this. I mean, he works for me and I'll pay him. He'll make some good money. He has other jobs too. But it's like as soon as he gets that money, it's gone. Like I'm talking gone. It's like he has to spend it right away. And I feel like I'm failing as a parent because I'm not teaching him like, hey, look, dude, when you're 30 or when you're 20, next year, next month, having some money in an account, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you don't
bro.
understand how good that feels and the
Mhm.
security behind that.
It is. So what we have to do is we have to just teach them. And there's ways to do it, but an easy one is called 70-10-20 rule. So live off of 70%, meaning your income, whatever your income is, your expenses shouldn't be more than 70% of what your income is.
Yeah.
Right? 10% you can go ahead. For me, that's like tithing, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
That's important to
And
me
then
too.
20% you can go ahead and save that.
That's good.
Right? So now and the thing is, well, my podcast is called Money Master because I want you to be a master of your money. Don't let your money master you.
Yeah.
So many of us, the money is mastering us. Meaning it's telling us what to do.
Yeah.
You're right. So, and this, how it's designed is that money should just be a tool for us. It's not the most important thing. Is it important? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus talked more about money than he did than heaven. Right?
That's true.
All the parables he had and stuff like that. So it's important, but it shouldn't rule us and stuff like that. So we need to master. So we should start telling our money what to do. And part of telling it what to do should be paying yourself.
That's good. That's really good. A couple things that I think that men struggle with when it comes to the finances is trying to, especially coming out of prison, right? Let's imagine you live this lavish lifestyle, then you get arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get out of prison and you're used to being flashy or having, like, I think that men need to learn how to, hey, humble yourself, and you don't have to look like you have all this money. Because, the people that I've noticed that really have money, I didn't even know. Like, I didn't even know they had all this money.
Bruh.
But it's the people that are super flashy and driving these crazy cars. No, don't get me wrong, some of them do. But I feel like a lot of them, they don't even own a house. They live in an apartment and driving a $300,000 car.
That's true.
Like, that don't make sense to me.
Well, especially when we talk, and I'm going to just use these examples to help people listen have an understanding. There's a documentary out there called Broke. I don't know if you ever watched it or not. It's a 30 for 30 on ESPN. It talks about how professional athletes go broke, usually 3 to 5 years after they're done playing.
Yeah.
Get a $100 million contract, in 3 to 5 years they'd be broke. A lot of times just because, for one, there's no financial literacy or financial education.
They didn't have a no person.
Yeah, they didn't have a no person as well. But it's like giving a baby a machine gun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You would never do that because they're just going to harm themselves. When you give someone who doesn't understand money a bunch of it, they're just going to harm themselves because all money does is increase who you are.
That's so good.
That's all it is. You know what I mean? So it's like if you were a good person before money, however you want to define good, you're going to be better when you have it. If you're doing done stuff before you have money, you're going to do even more done stuff when you have it, right?
That's true.
So I'm saying all that to say is that with these athletes, we teach them, okay, you can be a king for a short term in your life and live lavishly, or you can be a prince forever.
That's good.
You know
who really impressed me when it came to their money management was Chad Ochocinco.
I love Chad.
He talks about, I seen him in an interview. He said he's never worn a real diamond in his career.
Why?
Like,
there's no point.
I love that though. Yeah. And it made me, cause like, bro, there's times like, okay, I'm gonna be straight transparent with y'all right now. I've been looking at these watches, right? There's these beautiful fake Rolexes, bro. And I'm like, man, I want that so bad, right? In my heart, when I feel like not right now, when I could go buy a player Rolex and not bat an eye at it, then I'll do it. Mm-hmm. But right now, if I could go buy a Rolex right now, but would I be like, ooh, that just kind of hurt my pockets? Yes.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So until I really feel like but I was looking I was scrolling, I saw these Rolex, I was like, man, that's so clean.
Fire.
How much? $249. I'm like, man, give me one of them, man. I was like, Chad Ochocinco did it, but I haven't done it because I just feel like
that's funny. But the thing is, like, especially wealthy people, when you get to a certain amount of wealth, that people automatically think it's real.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's all. Like, so why would I buy the real one? Because what are you wearing it for? Are you wearing it to impress yourself?
100%.
No, you're wearing it to impress somebody else.
And people know I own businesses, right? No one has ever questioned my $150 fake Travis Scotts. Not a single time. No one has ever questioned my Travis Scotts, and they are fake as it can get. They look real. Hey, you feel that though? Like, no one has ever questioned.
They won't. And if they did, you're like, bro, watch out, man. I got time for this.
Yeah.
I'm a grown man. I got time for your kitty games. Exactly. Like, and if it was, what does it matter?
I love that, man. I love that. I'm not too good for my fake Dior Jordans.
Man. It's funny because some of the fake necklaces be blinging more than the freaking
that
real ones.
Moissanite, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I've been on them.
You been looking at
bro, that Imperium. I've been looking at them bro. I've got 3 in the cart right now. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna get me one of them. That's funny.
Funny, bro. But what I tell people is don't get caught up in what's called lifestyle creep, bro. Don't get caught up with keeping up with the Joneses.
Yes, that's where I wanted to go with
that. Don't get caught up in that because like there's no value in it.
That's so good, yeah.
There's no, because the resale value is horrible.
Yeah.
Like on especially just like diamonds. If you're getting gold, it's more valuable, but not in retail. It's not like when you go.
No, you're 100% right.
So
The difference between a gold bar or a gold
Right?
chain, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
bro.
And that's so good. Don't get caught up with the Joneses or don't chase it. Like social media, it's not real. Like it's
So
not
fake.
real. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not real. And I see so many people get out of prison and try to keep up with the Joneses or try to get back into that old lifestyle. Being someone when you're used to being the man, like hustling and getting all
Hmm.
this attention and being flashy, and then you go to prison and you get out and you're just regular, it's hard. I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you from experience, it's hard just being regular again after you're like, you know what I mean? But if you can learn how to humble yourself and save that first $1,000 instead of buying 4 Imperium chains and now, you know what I'm saying? And now you broke again with some fake diamonds on, like, because that's really how it happens.
Yeah.
Instead of being so like caught up, and I'm speaking from experience, like I'm talking about myself. Like I had to, there were times when I first got out and I was like I said in my last episode, my goal was to make $500 a week. Like when I got out of prison, it was not to be a baller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then there was also times where I was like, man, I miss being able to go do this and go do that. And I know where I could go get something and go sell it right here, and I could have enough money to do whatever I want. But I had to remember that's going to put me right back in
Yeah,
prison.
bro. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And that so if you're so caught up with that keeping up with the Joneses, you're more likely to fall back into those things that are going to get you the money to do that.
Mhm.
And now you're right back in prison. So it's you got to really be careful
I
about
think
that.
I think people that are listening understand coming from the prison system or whatnot. Quiet is good.
Man, that's so true.
Like when you're loud, you get attention.
Yeah.
Quiet is good. Ain't nothing wrong being regular.
There's not. They're not. No, I had to learn that, bro. It's
Hey.
so true. It's so true. It's almost better, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
because when you're regular, you don't have a bullseye on your back. It's the flashy people. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Oh yeah, people gonna look at you for good and bad.
Yes.
And now you gotta either maintain that image, or they can't wait to say you fell. They can't wait to point fingers at you when you're. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And it's too much to keep up with, man. It's just not worth it.
Makes me think of I know you've seen the movie with Denzel, man. When he was, I think was he Frank Lucas?
Training Day.
Not Training Day. It's the one where he's the
Oh, the dope dealer out of New York.
yeah. What's the
King
name
of
of
New
it?
York or something.
Nah, that's not it. It's American Gangster.
American Gangster.
American
Yeah.
Gangster. When he was quiet, he was that guy. You know, he had stuff going on, and then wore that mink coat.
And all of a sudden,
I
yep.
got all that attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sitting ringside. You know what I mean? So quiet is good.
That's good.
And there's nothing wrong with starting off with a 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. None of that, bro.
No.
And then just start stacking your paper. I think the main thing is having vision and goals. Like if people coming out have vision and goals of what they want to do and accomplish, man, you can do a lot.
I think goals are huge,
Bro.
really huge.
Yeah,
You need to start,
absolutely.
if you're locked up or young or really anybody, it doesn't matter. I don't even know why. Anybody, you need to have your goals written down. What are your short-term goals? What are your long-term goals? And then you need to go back and do like a accountability check. Like is what I'm doing, is what I'm spending my money on, is the way I'm living matching up with these goals that I have written out?
Right.
Like, is everything in line? Because if it's not, then you need to make some choices. You need to decide either that goal doesn't mean nothing or you're going to change the way that you're living. Like you got to find a way to even that out because, or else you know, it's cool to write down a goal because it makes you feel good for 30 minutes, but you got to make sure that you're living in line with that goal, you know?
Absolutely, bro. And not having goals is like driving somewhere without a target date for where you're
Yeah.
going or
Just
or
driving
destination,
around,
just driving
wasting
around.
gas.
Yeah, wasting gas.
Yeah.
And it's funny. That's what a lot of people are doing in life. They just wasting gas.
That's
you know what I'm
so
saying?
true. That's
'Cause
good. Stop wasting gas.
Yeah.
That might be the title too. Stop wasting gas.
Yeah, because people just driving around. Gas too expensive for y'all to be out
That's
here
so
just
true,
wasting
bro.
gas. Or more importantly, your time is too valuable for you out here not to just be wasting it. Like
So good, bro. That's so good. Because you're going to end up being like, this is something that scares the crap out of me is being 80, 90 years old on my deathbed and being like, dang, I wish I would have done more.
man,
Man, I wish I would have done something important. Or I wish I would have done something that had some sort of value and purpose to it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Because
absolutely.
it's super simple to go watch a bunch of movies and play video games and just be stuck doing nothing. You're going to look back and be like, dang, I just wasted this life, bro.
It's funny you said that because I'm big on what's called my 5 Fs, which stands for faith, family, fitness, finances, and fun. And I was talking to one of my same cousin I was talking about earlier. I was talking about one of our boys that man, all he does is play video games all day, like 4, 5, 6, 8 hours. I'm like, bro, how you do that, fam?
Yeah.
Like, ain't nothing wrong with maybe an hour here, hour there, every now and then.
I know a lot of people
But
like that.
and here's the thing, I love video games, but my goals and dreams are too big for me to just be sitting down.
Yeah.
And
it's okay to have things you enjoy.
exactly,
Like,
I agree.
And I didn't mean to come across as like nothing wrong with video games, but there is when everything else around you is falling and you're playing video games.
Right. Yes.
If everything else is up, you got it up, then cool, go play some games for fun to let off some steam. It's better than hanging out at the bar, right?
Facts,
Like,
1,000%.
I mean, but if your priority is that and everything around you is crumbling, then there's a problem.
Yeah, and I'll be thinking in my head like, bro, if you're gonna play these games, man, start getting paid on this. Like people making bread off this stuff.
Dude,
like you can
arms looking kind of jacked right there.
you know, I'm trying. Yeah,
tricep popping, but you got some big old. I see where you play ball. Damn, make me feel insecure. Run and pull my shirt down.
Nah, bro, you in way better shape than me right now. I'm over here trying to suck this thing in a little bit.
And these chairs make it hard, bro. You got cause like
I'm over here like yeah.
They be sliding. You be falling out. By the end of the show, I'll be like this, like, "Hey, welcome back, Forgiven." I gotta try to figure out how to get more. I need to maybe get new chairs or something because they be having me falling out the bottom of the chair. Shorts all tight.
I can't wait because it's funny because like with men, when you start losing weight, you don't start losing the belly fat till like towards the end.
Yeah,
you know
and actually, what's funny is, and a lot of people is your belly actually starts to get softer because the fat gets like less dense.
Mm-hmm.
So you almost feel like you get mushier, but it's really going away, but it just feels.
Bro, I'm in that stage right now. Like, I need this to get gone.
But it's the first place when you start gaining weight as your man, your stomach and your lower back, it's the first place it goes. It's the last place it leaves.
Yeah.
So you just got to stay patient.
Keep being consistent, bro.
But it's hard because you want it to go away right away.
Instantly, bro.
Do a couple sit-ups and like.
Yeah. I wish it go away how it came in. It came in fast, you know what I'm saying?
It don't. That ain't gonna happen. That's
just gonna keep working it or whatnot.
Hey, so if anybody who's watching this, whether inside, outside, whatever, or is there a way? So there's a bunch of people, and if you're cool with it, they will. If you want to if there's an email address that you have that people can reach out to you, they'll add you to what's called it's called like the Getting Out app, where they can email you questions and stuff like that. If you're cool with that,
yeah, you can email me at moneymasterpodcast@gmail.com.
That's perfect. So then they'll add you moneymasterpodcast@gmail.com. If anyone, how can they find you on social media?
Moneymaster408 on Instagram and TikTok, and then if they want, y'all could take a free course. Yeah, I got a free course on moneymasternation.com.
Cool.
Yeah, so anyone who wants to take the free course, go to moneymasternation.com, and you get access to a free course of me teaching finances, breaking stuff down. Cool. So they could get it like that.
That's awesome. Tyler, thank you for doing this with me, bro.
Absolutely.
This was cool. I'm glad we did this, man. This was fun. I actually got a lot out of this.
That's what's up, man.
Hey, I want y'all to remember before I forget, because I forget sometimes. Shoot me a letter or email, to forgivenafpodcast@gmail.com. If you guys want the information for the sober living home that is all over the United States, it's called Hope is Alive. They're beautiful homes, big mansions. They do sobriety programs. It's all faith-based. I think it could be incredible for people that need to get out and need a little bit of support when it comes to like sobriety and their faith. I'm going to give you this. Let me give you the the phone number again, because you can call and you could do it. So it's hopeisalive.net. Hope is alive, spelled out .net. And there's an application on there, right? Or if you need to, if you want to call, it's 1-844-346-73669. And I know it seems weird to me that there's an extra number, but it works now. I guess we just ran out of numbers in the United States, and now we got to add an extra one. Is that what happened?
I don't know, bro.
It works. I called it and everything to make sure it works. Yeah, I've called it. There's an extra number, but it works. 1-844-346-73669. So there is an extra number.
Oh, the one now. Yeah. No,
but
that's
it
real.
works.
That's real. Yeah. The one in front of it. Yeah.
No, there's a number at the end.
At the end?
Yeah, 1-844.
So it's 11 numbers?
Yeah, because think about it. 1-844, right? 367-73669. I think
that's new information to me.
Just ran out of numbers.
I mean, it's 350 million people in the United States.
There's a lot of people,
so there's a lot of us.
So it makes sense. But no, it's a great program. I'll send you. I'm trying to figure out the play. If you request it from me, if I can print out a paper, want to send it in to you guys. But great people, founder Lance Lang, and a great thing also is that they've started supporting the podcast. So it's a huge blessing because I pay for all this myself with my own money. So it's been really cool to have the support to be able to keep pushing this and keep doing it, because it's not free. We pay to upload all these episodes onto this app, the Adova app that you guys watch this. And then, we got all the editing and all the stuff that goes into it. But it's cool. I would do it anyway. Again, Tyler, thank you, bro.
Appreciate you having me, bro.
This was fun, man. I really
Absolutely.
appreciate your time. And if you're watching, remember that you're loved and you're forgiven and there's nothing you can do about it. Peace.
Peace.